Whitlock, crazy to think that Steven Adams is OKC's second-best player.
It's not crazy at all. It's the factual and it's the truth. If they were run, if the team were run properly, it would be a Westbrook, Steven Adams team. Melo is well past his prime.
Yes.
And the shine, every time I look at Paul George, is just coming more and more off of him. If I were running this organization, Steve Adams would be my number 2. And it wouldn't be Paul. I wouldn't be messing around with Melo at all, and it wouldn't be Paul George.
You're saying best, second best. How about we change the wording? I think he's arguably the second most valuable, but he's a non-perimeter player in a perimeter league. Isn't Paul George more valuable in the open market than Steven Adams?
I would rather have Steven Adams. I really would. I would rather have Paul George is overvalued. He's a very good player. He's not what everyone's making him out to be.
What?
Chris Broussard is
Did you just get
up.
off the phone with Kevin Pritchard or something?
No.
He told you go at Paul George. This is not crazy. It's insane. We saw when Steven Adams is your second best player, we saw what happens last year. You're mediocre.
Paul
I'm sorry. George
what's
is
the record
star.
this year versus last year?
They're having trouble because the pieces don't mix. But to say Steven Adams is better than Paul George, I mean, that is ludicrous. There are tiers of NBA players. Right. Superstars, stars, role-playing starters, role-playing reserves. And one of the lower levels might have a better game. He might have a better month. He might have a better playoff series. But they're not better players than the guys in the levels above them. Steven Adams is a role player. 10 to 14 points a game, 8-9 rebounds, whether he's your first option or fourth option. That's what he does. He plays off stars. He's only getting his because the defense is paying attention to Russell, George, and Melo.
That makes a lot of sense.
Period.
And I rarely agree with Chris Broussard on NBA topics, but I'm with you on this one. Whitlock, you're insane. We're forgetting.
Look,
Paul
you
George.
even got Pacers colors
Yes,
on.
he does. It's a conspiracy. Paul George, at 22 and 23 years old, took the Pacers to the Eastern Conference Finals back-to-back years against LeBron. Okay, and I'm in agreement. Steven Adams, a great role player. We're forgetting here, guys. Paul George on the open market. Cowherd, you mentioned the open market. He's going to be coveted by everybody,
including
nobody
LeBron.
here is backing up the Brinks for Steven Adams. Okay,
He's already got paid $100 million.
And nobody's clamoring to get him anyway.
Anymore.
But 4 years, $25 million a year.
How about, to defend Whitlock?
No, I don't need defense. Steven Adams is a better player than Paul George.
He's averaging 14 a game.
If they built more of the offense and gave him more of an opportunity, the guy is a guy that can put up 18 points a game, in my opinion, and could be 10 rebounds. He plays tremendous defense. He's a rim protector. I'm telling you, if the team was run properly, it would be Westbrook and Steven Adams.
Okay, I'm not going to defend you. Could I make the argument that Paul George in big spots, fourth quarter, late, has been a disappointment, and I like it.
I agree.
Is that fair?
He hasn't hit a big
major
0 for 15 or something like that. Big
major.
He's not a superstar, but he's a star. He's a legitimate all-star. He won't be this year.
Let me ask you this point, Chris. Let's say he is a star. What do you think Paul George thinks of himself? He thinks he's a superstar.
Okay, that's fine.
And again, that's part of the problem. Again, he wants the ball at the end of the games, even though he can't make the shot. He wants to be the superstar and lead dog on the team, even though that's not really who he is. Steven Adams could be a hell of a number 2 because he wouldn't be trying to be number 1.5 or wouldn't be trying. He's a better complementary player for Russell Westbrook and a team that's constructed properly than Paul George.
At best, Steven Adams is a number 3. If you're a good team, look, 2 years ago when he had Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, and he was legit maybe the number 3. I guess you had Serge Ibaka, too.
Yeah, he was
good. But that's when Adams came out. Yeah. Oh, he's playing well. But he played well because of the other 2 stars. Last year, his numbers improved, but everybody was disappointed. What happened to Steven Adams? I expected more from him because he was the number 2 last year. The number 2 got to give me more than 12 points.
But he's limited. He's limited offensively.
Limited.
Pick and roll, he's money. You can't dump the ball down to him 10 times a game and expect buckets.
You can't.
He doesn't have an offensive skill set. He's not Elijah Wan. He's not Ewing. He's not anywhere near that class.
My God,
he's not Dwight Howard as far as dumping it into him.
Yeah.
He's not. He's not.
I don't think you won this one.
No. I'm gonna say it. I don't care.
I think this is get out.
He ain't got the complexion for the connection.
No, come on, man.
If this was a brother, you would see what I'm talking about.
I think this is get out, and Kevin Pritchard is somehow in you.
Mind control.
Something
What happened to this segment?
There's been a lot of speculation about LeBron joining the Lakers as a free agent. Should he want to join Lonzo's circus?
No, I think initially I was all fired up about it, but I think there is a precedent. LeBron tends to gravitate to not perfect fits because D. Wade and him weren't a perfect fit, and Kyrie and him are both ball-centric. LeBron tends to gravitate to veteran players who are proven substantial with high basketball IQs. He's best friends with CP3. Really smart guy. Kyrie Irving and him may battle, but again, proven star, finisher. Wade, Bosh, Battier. These are highly cerebral players. LeBron likes to mentor from afar. He don't want to mentor for 42 minutes on the floor. He had Andrew Wiggins. He goes, no, I'll take Kevin Love. I mean, Andrew Wiggins was the guy. He wasn't interested. Anthony Bennett was a bust, but another guy, he didn't want to play with him. The Lakers are just kids. I think he likes watching them, discussing them, not playing with them.
Why would LeBron James want any part of the LeVar Ball circus? Why would LeBron at the end of his prime want to deal with the circus here in Los Angeles? Well, again, and we're talking about Lonzo Ball. Look, Brandon Ingram's a better player. Kyle Kuzma's a better rookie. He would be joining forces with them. And maybe bring Paul George here. But why go mess with a young group of guys that haven't figured out who they are? I never bought the Lakers thing. I guess, maybe LeBron's got business out here in Los Angeles and a home out here. But I think the best fit is in Cleveland. I think we haven't even seen Isaiah Thomas yet.
Yes.
Tristan Thompson's on a minutes restriction. We haven't even, and they're playing well.
Yeah.
And so continue fixing that up.
Yeah, as you guys know, I've never been all on board that he's going to the Lakers, and I hadn't thought of this. But you bring up a good point. LeVar, if he were thinking about the Lakers, LeVar would be a deterrent. There's no question that LeBron would be, if he really wanted to go there, I think he'd want to keep Lonzo, but there'd be something where he'd be like, look, this cannot keep on. You can't disassociate him from his son, but I can't go here if he's going to be commenting like this.
Let me help your point. Remember LeBron James got in trouble for, Mama, sit down.
Yeah.
LeBron has a philosophy.
Mom has never been, and when he was in high school, she was known as being loud at games. She's never been anything like that in the NBA. LeBron likes drama that he creates.
Yes.
He doesn't like drama that somebody else creates. So, no. And you hit it. In his declining years, like what if he begins to decline with the Lakers? Can you imagine what LeVar Ball be saying? Oh, it's time for a new king. He needs to give the throne. It's Lonzo's team now. It would be chaos, and LeBron doesn't want that in his last few years.
Guys. There's only a circus because the Lakers stink right now. There was no LeVar circus at UCLA. Everything was great. They were on top of the Pac-12. They were, a number 3 seed in the tournament. No LeVar Ball noise. Then they lose. They lose to Kentucky.
Didn't he say his son was better?
Well, that was after they lost.
His son's better than Steph Curry.
That was in the offseason.
UCLA?
That was not bad noise. That wasn't circus. That was pumping up a great
before
team.
The tournament,
if LeBron goes to the Lakers and they're able to bring Paul George,
Michael Jordan,
this is going to be a team that's dominant in the West, okay? We know they're going to be up there with the Warriors because everywhere LeBron goes, they're great. So I don't believe there's going to be a LeVar Ball circus if the Lakers are winning and they have LeBron. There won't be a circus.
So is LeVar going to back up?
He won't need to. They're going to be winning.
He won't say anything?
There's nothing to say when you're dominant and winning. They stink right now. They're 5 games under 500, so LeVar's got all these thoughts. And I keep coming back to this. LeBron restoring the greatness to the Lakers. That's something Michael Jordan could not accomplish. He went to the Wizards when he was like 37, 38, 39, and
40.
guess what? They couldn't get to the playoffs. He goes to the Lakers and can restore that brand, bring them back to the finals. That's enormous.
Hold on,
That's
if he goes to the Lakers, he better win a championship.
Yeah,
the Lakers
of course.
don't get excited about getting to the second round of the playoffs.
Chris, I get your point, but Cleveland had never won a championship in ever, and he did that. So bringing the Lakers back to prominence doesn't compare to what he's already done in Cleveland. And in terms of LeVar's always going to be a circus because you don't win all 82 games in the NBA. You're going to lose some. Injuries could happen. Adversity could happen. LeBron, again, the point I'm making about LeBron, if LeBron's willing to tell his mother, hey, you play the back, sit down, imagine what he thinks, Lonzo, get your father, you the grown man in this situation, it's your career. He would be on Lonzo. Tell this man to get back up out of this video.
And to your point, I'll put a button on it. The three biggest professional basketball brands are the NBA in America, LeBron, and the Lakers. Why would a big brand join another brand? I mean, that would be like Disney buying Fox. That could never happen.